All right, hello boys. Quick return to the whiteboard, okay? We haven't really practiced this. Why? Because one, we've had short practices, and two, we haven't had a full field, okay? So we will be getting into this week, even if it's still just a half field. We're sharing it with the other team. And, obviously knowing this going forward is critical, okay? Here is our standard clear, okay? You notice I got 1 and 2 listed here. We got a standard clear, okay? We're also going to have a map clear, and I'll explain to you what that means in a minute. And then I highlighted this fire call, and I've got the same colored highlighted information or lines up here on the board. Okay, so we're clearing the ball. Okay, so here's our goalie and our D, right, and our mids. Okay, so you guys can count this up. We got 1 goalie, we got 3 poles. Okay, and we got our 3 middies. All right, this is all just general. You're not robotic again, fellas. Okay, this is about playing the game, finding the gray areas. We are giving you a framework to work within. Okay. And making plays and making things happen is on you. Okay. I also have the bench highlighted here. This is really important as well. Okay. So real quickly, after a save, a turnover, our D, our goalie run it out, whatever it may be, a turnover even on the wing over here, low wing. Okay. Obviously, so just some precedence here on a standard clear. Right now, we're talking about this guy. Okay. Standard clear. If the ball goes out of bounds above the restraining line, okay, that's when we want a midi to get it, okay? So if it's a here and above and it goes out of bounds somewhere between the restraining line and this way, we want a midi. Obviously, if we're already on our offensive end of the field, a midi's going to grab it, maybe an attack pin, but that's irrelevant, okay? So if anything north, if you will, of the restraining line, we're getting one of these short sticks down here, okay? And if that happens, let's say the ball goes over here, midi's going to get the ball, right? So he's got the ball. Do I want the D there right now? Absolutely not. I want the D is basically going to replace him. So let's say this guy came over here, right? Now the D is just going to go here. All right. Notice how we're staying away from the bench. All right. Let me grab my towel here just to clean it back up. Okay. If it goes out over here, obviously it's just going to be this midi right here is going to start with it, right? We're going to still have an outlet back here, an outlet back here, an outlet back here. This midi would just come down here. He wouldn't be there anymore. I think you guys can get it, okay? These guys would still work here. All right. We'll get to the attack in a second too. All right, because you guys are equally important, okay? So there's our win line. So let's just say we got the ball here. Here's the bench side. We want to try and stay away from the bench as much as possible because we got bodies changing all over the place here. The boxes here coming in and out and just making sure we're staying away from there. Guy comes off, you think you got a lane to run through, and all of a sudden his teammate comes on, there's a substitution, and he just puts you on your butt, okay? So we generally want to try to stay out of here. So if there is an outlet here, all right, if there's, a restart right here, the idea thing here is probably to retreat and go back around and work it again. Or if this guy, this guy starts with the ball and this guy made just a hard flash, boom, 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 and away we go, okay? But generally running it out of there is going to be difficult. Not to mention if they're a halfway decent team, their attack is going to be up here riding you. So we're going to have to retreat probably, or to the very least go across and get that ball out. You're not going to run it out of there very easily against better teams, okay? And we hope to see good competition this year. All right, so here it is. Okay, so real quickly, all goes out of bounds. Even it's just it's a live clear, right? It's an in-play clear. Our goalie makes a save. He looks over here. All right, this is why our DU does what we do. And then we look to throw the ball over here. All right, this guy carries. All right, defenseman. Okay, you have 1 of 2 responsibilities. Do not stand there. Okay, 1, you're free to go. Okay, because this guy is going to be responsible, this guy right here is going to be responsible for onside. So if you're opposite ball midi and the pole too, obviously you won't go over anyways, all right? You're responsible for staying on sides, okay? So if this ball comes here, D, you can do 1 of 2 things. 1, go, and I'm in favor of that. Or if you just want to switch, you kind of shoot across here. Guess what? This guy comes hard, flashes here, easy pass, up we go, okay? So this guy, and he's always looking for kind of the home run ball here. Notice where I've got the attack. Well inside of our restraining line, all right? Here getting ready to go because if this guy comes over and immediately gets attacked, this guy's going to V-cut and demand the ball, all right? And this is where we're going to work on starting this week, okay? Getting the ball down the sideline or up the sideline, if you will, and then bang it through X, and then we have a slow break, and we'll talk more about that in person, okay? But this is our basic standard number 1 clear, okay? So understand that. Hey, if we go up this side, that works, that's fine. Basically, the exact same thing can happen here. Ball goes over here, you've got a lane to go, D, you're going. This midi that's here now, you're just flashing here, all right? And you're going to continue to go, but we're going to try to stay out of there. Obviously, if this defenseman goes, midi, you go, right? because chances are that if they press up, right, and they try to stop this defenseman, which most teams will do, you're just going to be able to throw a ball right over to this midi now that he goes over. And if he's not there, here's this guy working. Here's this guy up in this area. This is why we get the attack deep. We have a nice look right over the top here to a midi that could be wide open, but likely he should be covered, okay? But the key thing here is, one, we're moving, and two, you got to find the space that's open, guys. There's a big green field we play in, right? So this may be right near the midline, right? You may need to come down here near the restraining line, okay? So there's a lot of black lines on the space on the field right now, but you middies, okay, anybody clearing the ball, you've got to know you've got to, one, come down, make it a manageable pass for our D or our goalie, all right? And then make sure we understand, hey, the ball comes your side, whoever this is, midi goes, D goes, whatever it is. One midi's already over, looking for that easy up and over, and maybe even creating a quick fast break, okay? Stay away from the bench. Find the open space, run to it. We'll find you. Your teammates will find you and make a good pass, okay? Real quickly, I'll skip ahead here and go to fire. The reason why we have fire is because obviously we have a 20-second count to get the ball over from here, over the midline, and get it in, okay? So if you hear the word fire, that means we're getting close to 15, 20 seconds. As me as your humble defensive guy, all right? When we're clearing the ball, we got our poles or even our midi down here, getting the ball out. If we feel like we're getting to 20, all right, we're gonna yell fire. And that means if you've got the ball, just send it deep to this corner, okay? All right, if you can. Hey, anytime on the clear, you're getting ridden really hard, throw the ball out of bounds. We'll play 6-on-6D. All right, but if you got the ball here and you get turned around, we reverse it once or twice and we can't get the ball up, maybe they're pressing really hard, a good athletic team. All right, fire means from here, that means you hear that fire word, you just turn and send it to that either one of those corners. I don't care if you're on this side, send it down there. If you can throw it over there, great, whatever. But this way now, the ball is going more or less 100 yards from our goal, and two, we're going to give our chance for our attack to try to win a ground ball, okay? So that's what fire means, all right? So you're going to hear that maybe from time to time this season, okay? Finally, I'm not going to go into too deep. I'm not even going to, not going to draw it out here. I know it's a mess. It would take me too long to clean this up for this video, okay? M.A.P clear, okay? M.A.P clear stands for make an athletic play, okay? We're going to find our middies, okay? Our short stick middies, could be an attackman, all right? That we know and trust, okay? That has good stick skills, is athletic, obviously. He's got to be quick and fast, okay? Maybe we're having trouble. It's the third quarter and we're having trouble. It's a close game. We can't clear the ball consistently. We're just struggling, right? We want to get our athlete down here. And like I said, it could be an attackman. It could be any midi. That means the ball goes out of bounds and we're having trouble. We're just not catching and passing. They're pressing, right? We're going to have this midi, whatever it is. He's going to come down here and literally basically have our goalie defenseman hand it to him. If it's in a dead ball situation, we can do that too. The midi can just come down here, pick up the ball and say, I'm going to run it out. I'm going to put the game on my shoulders. I'm going to put the ball on my stick, and that ball is not going to come out until I get it down here and I can move it to my attack, okay? So you're going to just make an athletic play and run it out any which way you can, okay? Obviously, we stay away from this danger zone. Notice how this is just wide open and clean for a good reason. Why? That's the reason why we don't want the ball. I don't want the midi to run right through here in case there is a breakdown. You can run behind the goal and go up. That's fine. All right, but that midi's got to make an athletic play. So as the season progresses, as the games progress, the practices progress, we'll find out who that person or persons are that we're going to put that responsibility on. Okay, that's earned, and we'll go from there. Finally, our goalie. All right. Another reason why we leave this open is we want to walk it up. And just remember, when this goalie walks it up here, okay, if there's just a regular save and finally this has nothing to do with the M.A.P clear, he's walking it up, the defense shadows him. So if he gets to this height, you're always even with him, D. Walk it up, okay? And if we get a goalie to go over, maybe we go midi back and there's a simple midi that stays back, okay? And that would be obviously this guy over here. So we'll encourage our goalie to be athletic and, you can make an athletic play. Go down there and get a goal, get an assist, whatever it may be. Get a hockey assist, which is the assist before the assist that counts in lacrosse. Okay, in hockey they count the two passes before that count an assist. All right, that's it. We'll go over this starting as soon as possible in practice, and that's it. So remember, basic clear number one, M.A.P clear, and then what the fire call is.